All right, Bomb Squad, welcome to TNT episode 82. We have a Thursday show on a Saturday. It's Derby Day, the Kentucky Derby. But we are going to finally discuss the movies that we had to watch. I had to watch Ruthless People. You had to watch Requiem for a Dream.
Yep.
Polar opposite movies once again. Just a roller coaster of discussion will be coming up with that and the Talking Flicks 4-pack hybrid coming up later. Tones, how you doing?
Doing good. Well, I mean, I just watched Requiem for a Dream, so I'm feeling a little weird based on how it ended.
Yep.
We'll get to that eventually. But other than that, can't complain. I'm off this weekend. So,
Incredible.
yeah.
Incredible.
So I'm just hanging out, drinking a couple beers.
Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon. Look at that. We were just talking about Pabst. That was the beer of choice when we were in college because I think you can get a 30. I think it was for $23.
Yeah, it was something something ridiculous, like $20 maybe.
Do you remember when we sent Mackenzie to go buy the beer for WrestleMania?
No. What did he come back with?
He came back with Pabst Blue Ribbon, but he got it warm because it was $1.50 cheaper. So he got it for what's that math? 21.50.
21.50.
And he just said, we were just like, Mackenzie, WrestleMania is in like 2 hours. Like these beers are hot. And he's just like, it's cheaper. I was like, by how much? And he's like, I said like $2. Mackenzie's $23 total when you get it out of the refrigerator. You saved that much, $3? Fucking idiot. But gross beer, but good times behind the brand. Okay. Let's get to our world famous segments. Hit it, Taylor Hicks. All right, so it is only 2:45 p.m. right now on Derby Day, so we are going to have to kick it to Future Tom and Future Tones again for the Derby. I'm going to be smashed by that hour, ready to go. Hopefully we win some money because I'm down $70 total since yesterday betting on the Derby.
Oof.
Yeah, so I'm not even touching it right now. But all right, let's kick it to Future Tom and Future Tones. All right. Hopefully we won.
It felt good to win all that money.
You think?
Yeah. Retirement money we got.
Oh, man. Hopefully it was a hell of a Derby. Yesterday in like the big race, the 650 race that they had, one of the horses fucking went down.
Oh, shit.
Gate, collapsed and fucking rolled because he got the course is like the other one's like closed in on him and he just got hoof tied or whatever and fell down.
It's muddy, right? Isn't it muddy?
Yeah, it was muddy. Yeah. So it was terrifying to see. I don't know if he's okay or not. I never actually followed up on that. But anyway, all right, let's get to our second segment here, which is a Tones Bones. You had a bone, I believe.
Yeah. I was going to throw this in on the Thrones episode, but I'd rather just keep it to Thrones. So it has to do with work, obviously. So a little scene setting, right? I'm going to set up the scene. So where I work, my department, right, like all the way to the left is like a concrete wall about rib cage high. Like, it's perfect if you just want to like lean on it, throw an elbow on it, like when I'm feeling kind of tired, lazy. And on the other side of the wall is like the milk aisle, right? The milk, the creamer, all that. So whenever they stock that aisle and there's like an extra couple cases that they can't like put in there until a couple sell, they'll put it on the wall, which I don't care. It's not a big deal. But when I was at lunch the other day and my manager was off, so I was like in charge of everything. One of the guys driving the high-lows backed up into it, knocked the cases into my department, milk spilled everywhere, right? It was a mess. So I came back. Well, but the Haitian guy I work with texted me, like showed me a picture, like, look what they did. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like, I don't really care. I come back about 15 minutes later, still sitting there, milk just pouring out.
So wait, who spilled the milk?
Well, that was the whole point of contention. The guy in the deli department that was, by the milk said that our guy knocked it over by accident. But then my guy said that he backed up into it with like the high-low and knocked it over. And they were just yelling back and forth at each other.
Wait, it sounds like he just admitted to it. The deli guy said that he did it, and the guy who he accused came back and was just like, yeah, I backed into it.
No. The deli guy said that my guy did it. My guy said that the deli guy did it.
Okay.
They were blaming each other. And it was, I said to him, I was like, what, like, pick it up. I said to my guy, pick it up. He's like, no, it was his fault. He picks it up. Like he knocked it over, and I was like, dude, can you just pick it up? Like,
did any of the milk actually spill, or was it just
no, it was milk, like because we have like these rubber mats with holes in them, so
Yeah.
it like went under the mats, and it was like all over the mats, and it was just laying out in the middle of like to get to the freezer, you had to walk around it, like it was right in the middle of everything, and I was like, dude, just pick it up. And he's like, I'm not picking up. He knocked it over, and he starts yelling at him in Spanish, like, I didn't fucking pick it up. Like, you go look at the cameras. I didn't do it. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I picked it up. I threw it out. I was like, it's fucking milk. All right? It's just milk. Pick it up. Like, these assholes are crying over spilt milk. Like, this is something
Literally.
in our country that we teach from a young age. Don't cry over spilt milk.
seriously?
Maybe something was lost in translation. But I went out. I had to do some paperwork. I was out by the computer outside where it was warm. And I get a call from, the guy in my department. He's like, can you come back? So apparently the guy in the deli department backed his high-low up until we have a display in front of our department with all like the smoked fish, like the Nova, whatever, the locks. He backed up into it, like knocked it into
Deli
the
guy
walkway.
did.
Yeah. And then I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, I don't give a fuck about the milk anymore, but now you're backing into my other shit. Like, there's a bunch of glass jars on there. If they fell off, they shattered. That's, hundreds of dollars worth of damage of shit. I was like, don't fucking. He's like, no, I didn't do the milk. I was like, dude, I do not give a fuck about the milk. You start backing into my other products, then we're gonna have a problem. He was like, oh, I did that by accident. I'll fix it. I was like, yeah, you'll fucking fix it. And then he fucking moved it back. But it was just like, yo,
It sounds like deli guy sucks at driving a high-low. It sounds like he's responsible for all of this.
No, he was doing this shit on purpose. I don't know about the milk, the original thing, but he definitely backed into the other thing on purpose.
Oh my god.
Like it's just like, what are we doing here? This is fucking milk. Like, why are we? This all started from milk.
Well, it's metaphorically, yeah. Like, you can't cry over spilled milk, but when it's like physical pallets of milk that fall down, like, yeah, you can cry over it.
It wasn't pallets. It was one box.
Oh, is it a box of milk?
It was like a box that had like 6 half-gallon containers in it.
Okay.
So it was a decent amount of milk. It wasn't a whole pallet, and it wasn't just one. But it was just like, I literally picked up the one box and I threw it out because like, it's just fucking milk. Like, what are we doing here?
Jeez.
Like, I was yelling at both. Like, I don't have time for this shit. Okay.
Yeah.
To be fucking arguing over milk. Just pick it up. Just pick this shit up.
Shut up. Another classic tale from Restaurant Depot. Just, bomb squad, count your blessings that you don't work there. I
got one guy yelling at the other guy in Haitian, the other guy's yelling at him in Spanish, and I'm stuck in the
deli
middle.
versus seafood.
Tales old as time.
Just a classic battle. I mean, I pick deli. Deli just is more. I think of the guy who you're talking about from the deli. I think of a big fat white man. Am I right about that?
No, he's Dominican. Everyone there is Dominican.
Oh, Dominican.
Yeah,
it's all Dominicans than you. I don't know, man. July. Did we say that on here?
No, let's keep that under wraps for a little bit.
Yeah, we're talking about July 4th. Can't wait. Burgers, dogs. It's gonna be awesome.
Speaking of burgers, another little. It's not a bone, but I think I told you this. They had a barbecue at my job, and they were cooking burgers and dogs. And I asked for my burger medium rare, and you would have thought I asked to just bite into a live cow.
Yeah, you did. You did text me that. I was gonna say, like, if people respond like that at like a company barbecue, then you should go with them and get a well done burger, because that must mean that the burger quality is awful and you want that thing cooked.
No, but it wasn't even that. Like, I even asked, I was like, so if you go to like a steakhouse, you get your steak medium well done. He was like, yeah, I only get my meat well done.
What a fucked up place.
I know. Well, it was, and everybody there agreed.
It only gets worse and worse with this place.
It's a Spanish thing, dude. Because I asked the dentist.
So are plantains. Plantains are the worst idea of all time. It's hard to fuck up frying things. And then some Dominican or whoever it was, somebody in the Hispanic world was like, let's fucking drop a banana in there and make that part of our culture. What are you, sick? What are you, sick? The whole point of a banana is to eat it healthy. You don't want
I will not besmirch plantains. Plantains are fucking delicious.
Plantains are fucking disgusting. They're the worst food on the planet. Number one in Tom Heavey's book. If you were to ask me before I even brought it up, Tom, what's your least favorite food on the planet? Plantains.
You never had good plantains.
They made me throw up 14 times in the 4th grade.
Why'd you eat them that many times? Why'd you keep going back to them?
I only had them once, and it made me throw up 14 times. I think I've talked about it on here. This is when somebody brought in plantains for like Spanish class. It was like whatever event. You had to bring in Spanish cuisines, and like their moms made Spanish stuff. And he came in with plantains, ate one bite, was throwing up the entire night. Every time I thought about just how it tasted, I would throw up. That's why it was 14 times. And then the next year, before you ask your question, when they brought in plantains again, that's when I think I told the story. I had to go sit in the principal's office for the entire duration of the class until the plantains were gone.
How were they prepared?
I don't know. I was just they look like the shapes of cookies, and
they were like smashed. See, like I'm talking like, have you ever had them like where they're kind of like candied and fried? Like, I don't know. There's like a real sweet plantain. I don't know what it's called exactly. Some Spanish word for a platanos or something.
It's disgusting. I mean, that was fourth grade. How long ago is that? That's like 17 years ago. And I still have the taste on my tongue. Like we were talking about it, and I could still taste that plantain.
Yeah.
And people were just like, "Oh, you had them." Like it was probably a bad plantain. I was like, "How come I was the only one who got sick, like badly from it?" It was just this sour, disgusting banana. Oh, well, with a fucking tater tot coat. Like it looked good. It looked like a treat. It was a trap.
I don't know. I've never heard of anyone like plantains is like such a neutral, like food. Like I've never heard of anyone like being so anti-plantain. It's like being like
they started it. The plantain started it. It's not like I fucking have a vendetta against it for not even trying it. I tried it. They almost killed me. I was almost killed by a plantain.
Okay.
I almost threw up my entire body contents. I mean, you throw up 14 times. There's like by the 9th time, there's not a lot to throw up. You're pretty much water. Dry heaving and like, but your body wants to just get every bit of it out. It was so bad. My mom was just like, "Oh my God, these plantains, they must have been so bad." I was like, I can't stop puking. And then like the next, like I would fucking mark that day down moving forward. Like whenever there's plantains going in, like I need a month in advance to let school know that I cannot be anywhere near it. Don't want to smell them. And plus the poor kid's mom who made the plantains, like I knew him pretty well. She was so upset. She was a chef at a Sheraton hotel. She really took pride in her work. And she was like so pumped to make these plantains. It's like, make these plantains and have a 10-year-old just throw up all night and just be petrified of the food that you cook for him for the rest of his life. Imagine like how that feels as a chef.
Yeah, no, that's not a good feeling. I mean, what is it possible that it was anything else?
No, it was the plantain. It was I could still smell and taste the plantain in my mouth right now. I remember exactly what it tasted like. And it's just, if I even smell it again, it's going to kill me.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one day I'll sneak you a plantain, see what happens. Maybe you're allergic to plantains.
I mean, I eat bananas.
Yeah, but they're similar, but they're different.
Oh,
I don't know.
Stupid idea.
Do you eat bananas? Do you really eat bananas? I don't believe you.
No, I don't. I buy them. It's like new with the newspaper.
Yeah.
I'll buy it, but I don't use it.
That's like one of like low key one of my favorite storylines of Barstool is how Rowan just like buys bananas to be healthy and like takes like an hour to eat them.
They're gross, and like I don't know how to keep them around. So like I went grocery shopping this morning. I didn't buy bananas, but usually I do. Like I'll put them in the fridge, but like how long can you keep them in there?
You're supposed to leave them out.
Well, how long can you leave them out?
I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days.
That's like a banana and a half a day. What if I don't know. It's just too many bananas. It's so hard I don't eat any fruits or vegetables, to be honest. I don't eat anything healthy. I did buy salad mix. But I'm probably going to just use that for lettuce on tacos. So,
hey, maybe listen, let's say you had a salad and tacos, or you put the lettuce on top of tacos, it's all going the same place.
Yeah.
That way you're not using dressing on it.
My body is trained for meat. Okay. And if I have a salad, I maintain a pretty skinny frame for the most part. So, it does a good job handling what I like to just bury down. I don't know how well the heart's doing. But when that
heart's working overtime,
the heart is fucking, yeah. Like this is the time to this is where I should be eating bananas when there's football not even close to me. And last year I was like going to go into the off season, relax. And like Jameis Winston got suspended right off the bat in the offseason. I was like already dreading. Like you have to sit there for months just knowing that your starting quarterback is like a molester during the Me Too movement. And you're like, that's so bad. It's the worst.
Yeah. You're sitting there nervous eating bananas.
Yeah. But anyway, I got a quick bone. So yeah, grocery shopping this morning. I don't know if I brought it up, but I'll bring it up again. The people at the cheese department, man, like just way too vicious with their customer service. Like you can't go over there without getting hassled by them. They have the cheese, like Boar's Head cheeses, all with resealable packaging, all laid out in front of the counter where you can get your cheese. Mm-hmm. That's all I want. I want to go over there, and get the cup, get some provolone, some mozzarella, like you said, kind of like, you know, some Gouda, but they can't help, like right when you get anywhere near their section. Hey, how can I help you? You just be like, yeah, I'm fine. Like all the cheese that I need is already here. I don't need to slice anything up. But there's like 12 people back there, and every single one of them has to come and say, hey, like, you need any help? Like, listen, guy, I don't need behind the counter cheese.
I don't want your Gruyere, bro.
I understand
I want your Munster.
Yeah, like you have it packaged here. I don't need fresh, like, you know, American cheese. Like there's only one time I fell into that trap because like I was surprised by it. So I was like, yeah, I'll take a half pound of American. But they already have American sliced cheese from Boar's Head already lined up. I just take that. It's so much easier. But there's like 9 people you have to get through of the 12 that have to just come out and just be like, you sure you don't need any help? I'm like, you know what? Do you want me to buy the fucking cheese or not? Like, I have to get this. And I'm saying, like, if you stand there and like you're looking at the cheeses and you're scratching your chin, they just assume that you have no idea what you're doing and you need help. It's like, can you just leave me be? I'll let you know. I swear, if I need help. But this is I think I know what I'm doing here. I think I know. I have to fucking think about what kind of cheeses I want. I need fucking Gouda and American for burgers. Get some mozzarella for all-purpose stuff. You never know when you need mozzarella. It's just like a great cheese. And then I'll sit there and kind of think whether or not I need provolone. And then like they'll see that and they're just like, do you need help? Like, you fucking made me crash my train of thought. All right, like, just stay behind the counter. It's early in the morning. I'm sure you still have plenty of stuff to set up still. Leave me alone. It's every time I go, though. I'm like, I'm getting paranoid to have to go by the cheese section.
I just want to say that's a big assortment of cheeses you got there.
I know.
Like,
I mean, like,
you got a whole.
Like, I throw my cheese because I want to make the people behind the counter make it look like I know what I'm doing.
Do you think they work on commission?
No.
I think that's why they're bothering you.
It's definitely like one of those classic, like, we have like a great approachable, you know, group of people who work for us, like you do with the 10-foot rule at Restaurant Depot, where if you see somebody 10 feet away from me, you have to say, hey, can I help you? And like, you don't do that, but these guys do. Like, they're all about that rule with it. If somebody's anywhere near them, hey, you need some help with your cheese? Like, no, I haven't even started to look around, and I don't want to embarrass myself. Just like, because that one time I did get a half pound of American cheese. They're just like, that's it. It's like, yeah, it's fucking it. I don't know what else to like. I don't need a half a pound of goddamn other cheeses. Like, half a pound is a lot of cheese.
That is a lot of cheese.
It's a ton. It's a stack.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. I'm sick of it. They need to lay off. They need to lay off me.
Yeah. I don't know. You should get a cheese guy.
I don't need a cheese guy. Like I've just said, this whole bone, I know the cheeses that I want.
Maybe you want to try new cheeses.
They're all laid out. They have the Munster cheese or whatever. I haven't gotten it yet because I've read mixed reviews on that cheese. The only time I'm using cheese is to melt it on burgers for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll sit there and I'll eat cheese.
I know you do.
Yeah.
You need to fucking talk to your people.
My cheese.
Like, have more confidence in your consumers. Like, maybe like cheese isn't so difficult.
But you see, there's a lot of people that don't know about good cheeses. Like, what about you ever had Asiago?
Mm-hmm.
Asiago
on pizza.
On pizza, really?
Asiago. I think so. No, that's ricotta cheese. I've had Asiago. I forget where.
All right. I mean, that's just like an example. I don't know, there's so many cheeses out there. It's ridiculous. I actually found a cheese encyclopedia once, and I was just like reading through it, just kind of out of curiosity.
I bet you did. I bet you did that. I'm not surprised. Before we even get you off on a cheese tangent, we're going to move on.
Yeah.
Segment number 3. It was all dream. So I dreamt last night. You have anything in the pipeline of dreams?
No, nothing.
Nothing. Silent nights.
Just blackness.
Okay. So last night, so I was back in school. I think it was pretty much like high school. And I was talking to my parents, and like math, just like of course back up. I'm doing terrible math. And my brother, Brian, is the teacher of my course. So I'm like trying to have him throw me a bone. Okay. Like, we have this huge test coming up, and I'm studying for it, and he sees it, and he's just like, yeah, keep studying. He's giving me tips over my shoulder. Like, yeah, just make sure you carry over this and that. And I'm like, yeah, got it. So we get to the test. I'm sitting there, and I'm front row, and he's sitting at his desk, and he's staring at me. He's like, yeah, you got this. You got this, Tom. I forgot everything. I looked at the test. It started off with fill in the blank questions that made no sense. It started like it said like magnificent blank, and I was just like, I would raise my hand. I was like, "What the hell does this even mean?" I could put any word here and it would work. Like, how are we having fill in the blanks? And he's looking at me just like, "Yeah, I guess you're kind of right, but you still have to do it." But then all the kids in the class are just like, "No, he's got a point. None of these make sense. It's just like it says like happy blank. Like none of this makes sense."
Yeah.
So he's like, "All right, you know what? Forget about the fill in the blank part. We'll just only grade you on the math part." It's like, "All right, cool, thanks." And everybody's like, "Thanks, Tom. Like, you got the inside connection. It's your brother." Like,
Why was that on the math test though?
It doesn't. I don't know. It's just the way that the brain was working last night. And then I get to the math part, and like I said, I forgot everything. And I was sitting there just staring back at him at the desk, trying to get his attention to just be like, "Yo, I forgot everything. Like, I forgot it all, and I need you to have mercy, or just like, can you come over and help?" And I couldn't get his attention. Handed it in blank, and was like fighting back tears. I was like fighting back tears.
Yeah.
Here's your stupid test. I didn't fill it out. There's nothing written. And he just looks at it and he's just like, "What happened?" I was like, I forgot everything." He's like, "All right, like fuck, ridiculous." And he was busting my balls like he was going to go grade it and do everything. And I had to go tell my parents. So I ended up like going back and I forgot about the test or whatever. And then it just turns out that he just threw it in the garbage. He gave me an ace.
What a guy.
What a guy the whole time. I felt like lessons were learned last night. That was like one of those dreams where you just like, you wake up and you kind of take that into your day.
Yeah, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right. Right. That, you know, he's got my back.
Yeah. That too.
That too.
Yeah.
But okay. That was the dream. Very simple. That was one of those dreams that it's worth talking about, I guess.
That reminds me of like there's like that story of like, you know, you get an essay question like, "What is courage?" and you write this and just hand it in. Just taking the chance.
Yeah, actually, you know, it's a funny story. In my senior year of high school, we had to write an essay for my final paper for my religion class. And the teacher of that class, he was like, nobody liked him, but I loved him because he was my homeroom teacher for 3 out of 4 years. Mm-hmm. And like, we just kind of naturally got close that way. And I had him twice as a class for religion. So like, he was one of those dickhead teachers that I really got along with.
Yeah.
So we had to write an essay. I actually came out of the closet to him on the paper. I told him that, yeah, because I knew it was confidential and it was like a big deal of a paper. And I told him like, this is where I'm going to go. And this is like what I'm going to try to do. I just went off on a tangent for like 5 paragraphs.
Yeah.
And then I left high school. So if I were to go back, he would just be like, "So gay, huh?"
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. So, I mean, yeah, obviously he never told anyone. Imagine he would just like decide to read it out to the class.
No, it was the last day of class. It was it was literally like I handed it in and I never saw him again.
Yeah.
So
was that the first person you ever told?
I guess so. It was Mackenzie I told, but like that was now that I think about it, that was the first time.
Yeah.
Because a certain somebody who I had a crush on, that was a guy, I found out late, was going to St. Joe's with us. So that's why I wrote the paper that way. So I was just like, I'm gonna like pursue that. That turned out nothing happened. Yeah. It wasn't gay. He's got a girlfriend and everything. So
maybe he's bi. You don't know.
Never know. Probably not. But okay. Let's get out of there. Let's get to our 4th segment here, which is haikus. It's been a while. All right. You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Striped like a tiger, born to bother the masses. You just wait and see. Whoa,
this sounds like a threat. This sounds like a threat. Striped like a tiger. So it's not a tiger. Striped like a tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a guy with a chip on his shoulder. This sounds like a school shooting. This sounds devastating.
Jesus.
This sounds terrible. Let me retract. I don't want to go down that road.
Yeah, let's not.
Read it again. Striped like a tiger.
Striped like a tiger, born to bother the masses. You just wait and see.
I got school shooting again.
I mean, I born to bother, not kill the masses. I mean, just like.
Yeah, but the last one. Last line. Read the last line again.
You just wait and see. I don't know why you're making it so ominous.
Oh God, my mom is texting me. Who's your derby pick? Maximum Security. Listen, Ma, I don't pick ponies until I see them. I don't look at paper. back to the haiku. So school shooting, I think. Hey, look at me. I'm the class clown. I'm dying for attention. Kids are just like, you're fucking lame. Kid's got no friends. You wait and see. Comes back. Nobody dies though. He fucks it up. Gun gets jammed. He embarrasses himself. Everybody gets one last laugh before the cops come in.
You can't even kill us.
You can't even kill us. You can't even shoot a gun. You can't even do a school shooting, right? You loser, nerd. And then the echo laughters in a dark sequence. And then the cops come in, poof, get him on the ground. Jail, 35 years.
Yeah, you took that a lot darker than I thought you would.
So, listen, that was just, like with the haikus, you read them and then like certain things get flicked in my brain. Like that's just, that's just how I got it. I'm sorry. What was it? Did it have any meaning?
Not specifically. I mean, I was kind of going more along the lines of like, I don't know, some kind of like, you ever see that show Billy on the Street?
No.
It's just like this show on IFC, this like super gay comedian. I don't know if he's gay. He acts gay, but he just like goes around like sprinting around New York City, interviewing people, just bothering them. I don't know why that kind of like came up in my head because he's bothering the masses. I don't know. He's just
where
like
different. Stripes come from?
But he's just different.
What are you talking about?
He's striped like a tiger. I don't know. I really didn't have like a plan. I just kind of pictured somebody that's just like, you wait and see. Like, I'm gonna be big one day. I'm gonna bother the masses. Like that. Like, think of like, let's say Amy Schumer. Everyone hates Amy Schumer, but she's famous. Yeah, but she's bothering the masses with her so-called comedy. Yeah, gross vagina jokes. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of just someone like that. Like, they're out there to bother the masses. Like, you wait and see. I'm gonna be big one day. I'm gonna bother everybody. Like Lena Dunham, perfect example.
Yeah, she's. I haven't heard from her in a while, but she's out there, and the fact that she is annoying. Bothers me. Bag of milk. Oh man. Okay, so here's mine. Steven got a ham. Look at those rock hard boners. Becky has my lunch.
Steven got a ham. Is it just a ham or a ham in his pants?
A ham.
Okay. Doesn't say if he sees the boners, maybe he got his own ham, his own boner. He got a ham. Look at those rock hard boners. Who's Sarah? Who stole the lunch?
Becky stole my lunch.
Becky stole my lunch. Okay. So who's the first guy again? What was his name? Steven.
He's the one who bought the ham.
So Steven and Becky. So Steven bought the ham.
Got a ham. Steven got a ham.
Got a ham. He got a ham.
We don't know if he bought it.
We don't know. He might have stole it. He might have
got one though.
Bought it. He procured.
He has one ham.
He procured a ham. He was doing something along the lines of what's that movie where Ali Larter has the whipped cream bikini?
Oh, that's not another teen movie.
Varsity Blues.
What it's based off of? Oh yeah, Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. So he was doing that with the ham, right? But he was going to use the ham for lunch,
like a ham bikini or a ham thong.
Just like he cut a hole in the ham and just like hung it on his boner. just popped it on and was sitting there.
Got it.
And then Becky came in and took the ham, which was going to be his lunch. And because she took the ham, everyone that was watching just got rock hard boners because they're just like,
because he's got a rock hard boner.
Because he's got a rock hard boner. It was just like, and they're not even gay. It's just like boners are contagious.
Yeah. It's out of sequence though, because look at the rock hard boners happened before Becky took my lunch, and she didn't even take Steven's lunch. She took my lunch. Has my lunch. We don't know if she took it. She just.
Well, maybe you were going to eat the ham too. The ham is a lot for one person for lunch. Maybe you.
Single ham. Yeah, it's a lot for any meal.
Yeah, and what is time if it's not a construct? It's just time is circular. It doesn't necessarily have to be linear.
Right.
So like just because like it's said that she took the lunch after the fact doesn't mean that
people in the middle of the movie were like, why are there rock hard boners? And then at the end, Becky's got my lunch and people are just like, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Pulp Fiction. It kind of jumps around. You don't know exactly where you are at all times.
Right. Like it will cut like Steven has a ham and then it's like bam, plays that guitar and it's like chapter 2. rock hard boners.
Yeah, and everyone's just like wing, and they're just like,
Everybody's walking around swinging the rock hard boners. It's cold out. And then Becky ends up with the lunch, and people that's like the twist. That's where you get an Oscar.
Yeah, and then Becky's just sitting there eating the ham,
and people are just like, I had no idea Becky had
Becky.
The lunch.
It was Becky all along.
Exactly. That's what. Yeah. So that's yeah. So the haiku is pretty much a Tarantino plot. So you pretty much got the nail on the head.
The Tarantino mixed with like not another teen movie.
Right. Yeah. All right. Let's get to our fifth and final segment here. So, Big If True on Barstool Radio. It's a trivia show that I have been dying to get onto for months, it seems like. So I got on, and now I'm thinking about it. I think we should just put the championship. I went through the championship round, and I went through the round to get through to the championship round. I was on speakerphone for the first round, and you couldn't really understand me. So we'll try to figure it out. But either that one or the championship round will be playing next. And whichever one you don't get will be in the next episode. So watch me compete and fucking dominate. Okay. I don't know which episode I ended up picking there, so I'm not going to spoil it regardless, but people will know. All right. Yeah. Let's get to the classic 4-pack of questions. Talking flicks hybrid. Hit a cane. All right. We got our movie reviews. So I had to watch Ruthless People, and you had to watch Requiem for a Dream. Why don't you go ahead, since you're fresh off the press?
Yeah. This movie was depressing, man. Yeah. There was like not one good thing happened to any of the characters throughout the entire movie.
And why not?
Drugs.
Drugs.
And one thing that I did like about it a lot was not only was it the heroin addicts that kind of got fucked over. Well, I don't want to say fucked over because
they fucked themselves over.
They fucked themselves over. But I forgot that it was Harry was the guy's name, Jared Leto.
Yeah.
His mother got addicted to prescription drugs,
to narcotics. Yeah.
Which is like now even more than ever. Like this wasn't as big of a deal back then because, now we're in this opioid crisis.
Yeah.
Which is truer now more than ever. It's like, it's not just like heroin and crack and cocaine. Like you can go to a doctor and get addicted and go through all shit.
That was like one of the big things in that movie is like, she was like kind of just an old lady. And like, she went to the doctor and they were just like, oh, we'll give you fucking like hardcore narcotics. And, she just started to go over her dose. And then she started to lose her fucking mind. And then she went to the doctors. They up her grade. They up the fucking, whatever, the milligrams. And then she ends up just like getting into electric shock therapy and she becomes one of those people in the nursing home who's just like,
she just lost her mind.
She lost her mind.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because like they gave her like 4 different, like she was trying to lose weight, right? She's trying to get on TV.
She wanted to be on Shooter McGavin's we got a winner show. Hey, would you get a winner?
Which, by the way, they kept saying like juice to you, juice by you. When I was working my sales job, that's what we used to say, juice. Like if someone did something good, we'd be like juice.
Oh, so you didn't know what that was from?
I had no idea what that was from. So like that, just seeing that kind of gave me flashbacks, PTSD.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, she took it to try and get on the show, and then like you said, like she just the doses that she had stopped working as well. So then she just started like
it's a terrifying side plot.
Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was and then the other side plot, I mean, I thought the acting was really good. Jared Leto, Marlon Wayans, which I've never really seen him in a serious role.
Same.
But he was real good in that. Him and then Jennifer Connelly, who like I knew who she was, but I don't think I've ever seen her in a movie.
Yep.
Just like everyone's like dark kind of.
You like basically the 3 of them: Marlon Wayans, Jared Leto, and what's the girl's name?
Jennifer Connelly.
So all 3 of them end up they're trying to be a heroin pusher. They want to sell it, but at the same time they get addicted to it, all 3 of them, and they go through their own crazy paths. And basically, spoiler alert, I'll give you a chance to pause Bomb Squad if you still want to watch it. 3, 2, 1. So Jared Leto ends up losing his arm from fucking cranking too much into it. Yeah, Marlon Wayans is in jail. Yeah, it's infected and gross. Marlon Wayans is in jail and like just going through the worst withdrawal ever. Yeah. It looks terrible. And then Jennifer Connelly is a fucking prostitute. That's how she ends up. She ends up pretty much being a prostitute.
Yeah. Basically, there's this guy that like gives her heroin for doing sex acts, and he even like invites her to. There's like he hosts this like party for all these like wealthy businessmen where they just have like dildo shows or whatever.
Yeah,
and like is like crazy as that scene was, I lost my shit. There was one part.
Come.
That part, no, not even that. It was just like one girl says to Jennifer Connelly, like, "What do we do next?" And some guy goes, "Go ass to ass."
Yeah,
like,
ass to ass.
Get the giant double-sided.
Take a double dildo and just put it.
Oh my god! I started dying laughing. He says, "Go ass to ass."
And then it's just like a whole bunch of guys in suits just screaming, "Come."
Like, who does that? But yeah, no, I mean,
I was like, that is just like, I mean, it's a really interesting look because that's probably how most women become prostitutes. Like, I mean, not most, but a lot of them probably end up having to just satisfy addiction.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a big part of it. But I mean, I was just like, just that whole line, "Go ass to ass." I just started laughing. I didn't think the scene was funny, but that part, yeah, no, it's and it's kind of crazy how you see how they like when they get arrested when they're trying to. So there's like a heroin shortage, and they're trying to go to Florida because that's apparently where all of it went. And on the way down, Jared Leto's like infection on his arm is so bad they have to go to a hospital.
Yep.
And instead of helping him, they call the cops on him.
Yeah.
They throw him in jail, and then arm gets even worse, and he has to get amputated. So it's just like interesting to see, like, how people treat addicts.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times it is, obviously they're the ones that got into it, but like these are people that need help.
Yeah.
And it's like you just throw them in jail instead of getting them the help that they need because they weren't really doing anything wrong. Like when they were in the hospital, what were they doing? They were just trying to get help because he was sick.
Yeah, it's a brutal business, but I mean, like, it's written on the wall. You know what you're getting into when you decide to start doing heroin.
Well, I mean, I don't think they did.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, they were trying to sell it. So.
No, yeah, but no, maybe not sell, but I'm talking about like use. Like, you start.
I mean, you got to know before you got to know that it's like very illegal. Like, if you get caught with it, like, I don't know if I mean, that's probably not realistic, especially down today. Like, they have to fix you. They don't turn anybody away. They don't even turn. You could be a terrorist right now, and you could break your ankle, like, on your way to go bomb a place and go to the hospital. They'll fix it up and then find out you're terrorists.
Yeah,
like,
they'll fix you
up procedure. They'll fix you up and then toss you out. Yeah,
they'll handcuff you to the bed and wait for the cops to show up. But
you can't just let an open wound go to jail.
Right. Yeah, that was. I mean, that scene where he's like shooting up like in the open wound. Was disgusting.
The desperation.
Yeah. Just like you have veins all over your body. Just find another vein. Why do you got to use that one?
I mean, just a fucking gross addiction to get into. I know what you're looking at right now. The Yankees are playing like shit.
Yeah, well, Gardner should have doubled.
Gardner will double, but it doesn't 5-0 bottom of 7. But yeah, it's that's just what it looks like, I guess, when it really spirals out of control.
Yeah, and I don't know if you knew this, but the director, Darren Aronofsky, same guy that did Mother, your favorite movie.
Terrible, worst movie I've ever seen.
But no, I really liked how it was shot. Like the beginning of the movie, there's a lot of brighter scenes. Like even when he stole his mother's TV and he's like wheeling it down, it's like a nice sunny day out. And then as they get deeper and deeper into the addiction, like every scene is more overcast, more gray, more cloudy. Like how they get more into like that fog of like the drug haze. Like it just. It was so like when Jared Leto and Marlon Wayans both get thrown in jail and they're just like going through the withdrawal. You feel it. You're just like, oh my God, like I will never do heroin just because I'm terrified of what life would be like without it once I do. Yeah, they did a really good job of like the Blair Witch angle where they're just like the camera harness like the chest looking up at them and they're just like panicked or like like the one scene where Damon Wayans is like in the car with the drug dealer and gets shot. He's like running down the street. He's like like the camera's like right in his face.
Yeah. It's intense. So yeah, Bomb Squad, stay away from that stuff. Just
it's nothing good will come of that.
No.
I got to rate it. I honestly haven't even thought about a rating.
Yeah, it's hard to rate. What did you give? What did we give? What's that? A Serbian film? Did we give a rating to Serbian film? I don't think we did.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I did. At least it was just. Oh, Jesus Christ. We gave it to Jesus Christ.
We gave it to Jesus.
This isn't quite there. I'm going to go 7-8.
Okay.
7-8.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
good
about right
movie.
on par with the reviews.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just so disturbing. You can't call it good.
right. Yeah, I mean, I hate
It's like recommending going to see The Passion of the Christ to somebody.
yeah, yeah. It's like I definitely enjoyed it. Well, I don't know if enjoy is the right word. I mean, it kept me
I
locked
feel.
in.
Yeah.
It kept me locked into the movie. But yeah, yeah. I mean, if you got 2 hours to just like kind of feel like shit
Get afraid
after,
of heroin, which is
yeah,
always worth it. Go
yeah,
ahead and do it.
go
But
check
like
it out.
we know, like you're not gonna, unless you're an idiot, you're not gonna just go to heroin. It's just people who, if you're listening, if you have fucking pain pill problems, take it easy. Be
Yeah,
fucking careful because
yeah,
that's the road. That's the real road. Is it when you fucking abuse the shit out of those? Because we
yeah.
have all known people who have, they'll take their prescription to do about 10 a day, and that's when you're fucking messing with heroin. Because once that prescription gets taken away, that's when you have to go to the street, and it's
Yeah.
harder to find than heroin. Those pain pills.
Absolutely, and heroin's way cheaper.
Heroin's
You know,
and like it's the
and
perfect
strong.
combination. It's like, oh my god, I can get like 5 times as much
Yeah.
with like $20 than I could pain pills,
Yeah,
and it lasts me forever. And then you just get addicted; it spirals out of control.
and that's the thing is because I mean back then like pain pills weren't as big of a thing, but like not people didn't know as much about how bad heroin was. Now everyone knows. Like if you're just like a stone cold sober guy, you'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna go try heroin. That's not gonna happen. It's when like you said, like the pain pills start, and then it's just like, well, this is too expensive. Well, I got this alternative over here that's stronger and cheaper. I'm gonna go with that. It's so stay away from it, folks. Needles in general, needles freak me out. I don't like.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't do blood work when I go to the doctor. I'm terrified of needles.
I mean,
I should.
I shouldn't say needles freak me out, like because I'm not like terrified of needles, but like when it comes to drugs, I draw my line with needles.
Yeah. I draw them pretty further away from that. But that's, I mean, like, because you go from pain pills to snorting heroin and then to injecting into veins. It's probably takes like 15 years if you're like a normal fucking crazy pain pill addict.
I think it's even quicker than that.
It could be. I lost I think, was it two people? I wouldn't consider them friends. People I knew pretty closely though that died at 24. Right after college because they fucking couldn't get, they were just doing heroin, snorting it before they can like find a way to get their pain pills. So they were just doing too much mixing and matching.
Yeah.
And then like heroin, who knows where it comes from, and they lace it with some shit and you're dead.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I know we try to keep it light here on TNT.
Sometimes we get really dark movies and it's important to talk about.
Yeah, no, this is stuff, especially, I mean, like you said, the whole opioid epidemic in the country. Like we all know someone, maybe not heroin, but at least pain pills. That has been hooked on that.
I mean, people think like, I mean, like when you're taking pain pills, you broke your arm and you get prescribed them for 3 months, and then it stops. It's such a bad idea. I mean, it's just a stupid idea. Like parents, because I don't see drug companies stopping doing that. Parents need to just be like, are you really in that much fucking pain? Because if you are, like, and you have to take these, I'm giving them to you. Like one by one, you're taking less, and like you're not gonna, if you just get them by the dose, like I think it's like 3 a day. If you really have problems, they're gonna end up cracking them and snorting them over time.
When I got my wisdom teeth removed, I got like 2 weeks worth of Vicodin or something, and my mom took them and like gave me like one the first like 3 days and like flushed the rest. I was like, really, Mom? Like, can't you just let me have a little fun?
We sell them, like
at least make some money off it. No, but like that. I mean, obviously, that's looking back, that's the way to do it. You don't want to.
No.
But anyway, 7-8.
Good.
What?
Ruthless people.
Ruthless people. Let's change it. Let's change it up here. Let's just shift gears.
All right. So ruthless people. So it was good. It was quirky. It was a good dark comedy. Surprising that I've never seen a Disney movie that's rated R.
Yeah, I didn't believe. I didn't. So what? Like there was like a Disney thing in the beginning. Like
Disney's all over it. Like it's literally when you go search it, it's like Disney film. Like it's in the before the credits roll. It's everywhere. Like Disney was like all about it
with Danny DeVito and Bette Midler and Judge Reinhold, right? Okay. I'm making sure we're on the same page.
Yeah. So basically, Danny DeVito is a little shithead. He's a dick. He fucking married some girl to get her father's inheritance, and he was on a life support. And then he ended up left her, and then he made his own money, married a new wife, and he hates her, and he wants to kill her. That's like the opening scene is how I'm just gonna fucking take her and throw her off the cliff. Talking to some girl who will be involved in the plot later. Goes home, she's nowhere to be found. And then it turns out she got kidnapped for real. So it's like the best thing that could have happened for him. So it's pretty hilarious because you have two kidnappers who kidnapped this woman who the husband fucking hated and was on his way home to kill. So it's very quirky. It's a very good, solid plot with many different angles, with the police being stupid. It's really, I don't think I could really do a good job explaining it. It's one of those movies you really have to see because there's so many different plots going around.
Yeah. It's like you said, I mean, he's about to kill his wife. She gets kidnapped, and that's Judge Reinhold, from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
And him and his wife kidnap Danny DeVito's wife because Danny DeVito stole her some piece of clothing that she designed that he ended up getting rich off of. So to get some of the money back, they kidnap her, and then they end up becoming friends with her.
Yeah, they're very nice people. They're not kidnappers.
Yeah, they're not.
And she's Danny DeVito's wife is the worst. She's the worst person. But then she's downstairs and she's doing all these fitness things because she's got a TV and she's handcuffed and all she can do is aerobics. And she loses 20 pounds. And the girl who kidnapped her comes in. She's like, "You look really thin, by the way." And she's like, "Really?" And then they become best friends because she finds out that she actually looks really good.
Yeah, Judge Reinhold comes home and they're just sitting around drinking coffee. What is going on? We've kidnapped this woman. What are you doing? But and then you throw into the mix as the bedroom killer.
Yeah, who was out of nowhere?
I know, he just showed up. "You look like my father. I hate my
father." And then he sees the woman that kidnaps. "You look like my mother. I hated my mother." He tries to stab her. They throw him down the stairs, kill him, use him as bait later. But like I said, it's hard to explain the plot. This is one of those movies. It's just best to go watch it. It's worth watching. Good movie. I had a lot of good belly laughs. When Danny DeVito, the cop said, "I think we found your wife's body. You have to come down to the morgue to identify her." And the guy opens up the blanket. And it's just a black guy. And he's like, "That's not my wife." I was laughing so hard.
That's not
It's just a black man. He's like, "That's not my wife." And then the guy at the morgue is like, "Oh, you mean..." Oops, we had to go to another body. Oh, I was laughing. There's a lot of good quality scenes in there. And there's another part where they think they have dirt on Danny DeVito with a sex tape, but it turns out to be the fucking sheriff or whatever who's investigating the whole thing. And they send it to him to try to get Danny DeVito in jail. And the guy sees it and he's just doing everything they say. So you watch this tape and it'll put Danny DeVito in jail, and he sees it and it's him, and he doesn't realize they're trying to frame Danny DeVito. He just sees him in there.
They thought they filmed Danny DeVito killing her, but it turns out they just filmed the police commissioner having sex with a prostitute.
He's like, "I'll do whatever you want," and they're just like, "Well, I want Danny DeVito thrown in jail," and he's completely innocent this entire time. So then he tries to throw Danny DeVito in jail. It's hilarious. It's a classic.
I don't see what the big deal is. Everyone does it.
We're men. Sometimes we act with responsibility. It's fun. And she thinks that he's trying to defend Danny DeVito killing this poor girl and raping her. It's really a fucking movie. So I couldn't believe that Disney wrote the movie.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm going to give it a 6.9, Sticks to Dynamite. It's a classic. I'm going to give it a good score. It's a good score.
Yeah.
The ending was just preposterous. That's why it was really out of way to be good, but the ending was so dumb that it just became a 6.9 movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to spoil it at this point because I feel like we just hyped it up for the audience and probably they've not seen this movie.
Most people have not seen this, I'm guessing. One other scene I love when he gets the giant what's the giant dog he gets? And
Adolf?
Adolf, yeah. And he's got the little dog Muffy that he hates.
His wife, who he hates, has a little shit dog who pisses on his carpet all the time. Danny DeVito keeps trying to kill it throughout the movie. And then finally he gets a dog, a Rottweiler, and he names it Adolf.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie,
Muffy, Adolf, eat Muffy.
Adolf and Muffy are friends at the end of the movie. And Danny DeVito comes crawling into the house and sees it. And he's just like, "It's you, Adolf. It's you." A lot of laughs. Great movie. 6.9. Sticks to Dynamite. All right, let's get our new movie assignments. So what am I watching?
You ever seen Hustle and Flow?
Oh, man, a long time ago.
So, yeah, it's Terrence Howard is a pimp in, I think, Atlanta, and he's trying to become a rapper, get out the game.
That sounds like Empire with Jussie Smollett.
I guess. I've never seen Empire, but
neither have I, but it sounds like it.
It's a good movie. That's why I'm giving it to you. So,
Okay, all right.
watch
All right, I'll watch that. You have to watch The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. I asked you if you've seen it. You said yes, but like a long time ago, and all I remember is Marissa Tomei's tits. So watch it with a mature mind this time, please.
I'm still gonna pay attention to her tits.
It's filmed. It's filmed in my backyard. It's there's a scene that takes place in convention hall, which is 2 minutes away, walking distance basically, in Asbury Park, New Jersey. But like just like the inside look. Because did you see the John Oliver thing when he bashes the WWE and how bad they do with the wrestlers? Like, it's just basically the life of like a fucking independent wrestling guy who's like a god to like 1,000 people, maybe. Yeah. And you just go through the circuits and just go through fucking hell as a wrestler just to make ends meet.
Yeah.
It's pretty depressing. It's a very depressing film. I want to get uplifting, but
it's another Darren Aronofsky film. I thought it was. Same director as Requiem.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
What happened with Mother? What was he thinking?
I think you just didn't get it.
My mind's made up. I'm not watching it again. It's the worst movie I've ever seen. It was stupid. Anton Chigurh, terrible. And plus, fucking Jennifer Lawrence is just not a great actress. Ever thought about that?
I think she's a good actress. You just anti any woman that does anything. You just if the world was perfect, it would just be a bunch of 17-year-old boys running around. That's all. All right, 18-year-old boys without shirts. That would be your perfect world.
Yes, but that has nothing to do with my critique of film.
I think you're biased.
Well, I think that she's a terrible actress. I can name plenty of great female. Sigourney Weaver. You kidding me? I think she's great.
She's good. What about Meryl Streep?
Halloween, hater, but she's got great movies. But I just think that she's fucking the worst. I don't know.
I just hate her face. Like
she's just the stereotypical Hollywood actress who thinks she knows everything about politics and needs to scream it in your face. Just like Meryl Streep, shut up. You made millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's a lot easier to stand the platform that you have when you make millions of dollars, fucking acting like something that you're not.
she's a pretentious cunt. There, I said it.
Pretentious cunt. She's a pretentious cunt, but. Doubt was a great movie. I love that movie.
Never seen. I honestly don't think I've ever watched a full movie of hers just because I hate her face so much.
That movie might be the only Meryl Streep movie I've seen. And it's a good one if like it's a great description of what it's like to go to school with nuns. I didn't do that, but my mom did. And I've seen enough movies and read enough stuff to know what that was like when they hit your fingers with rulers and stuff.
That's the one where they think that like the priest is fucking the kids or whatever.
Yeah. Philip Seymour Hoffman, R.I.P. But all right, let's get to our first question of the hybrid here. What is the best Disney movie of all time? Speaking of
Disney, I gotta go with the Toy Stories.
Yeah, haven't been caught up. I don't think I've seen. I saw 1 and 2. I don't think I've seen 3. I definitely haven't seen 3 and 4. 3.
Did the 4 come out yet? I thought it was coming out.
I don't know. I saw the ending though, because it's all over the place when Andy goes to like college and says goodbye to his kids.
That's 3. That's 3. See, it kind of. I actually saw it. It came out our senior year of high school because it matched up perfectly. Where like Andy was going to college and I was going to college. Oh, so I actually went and like saw it with my friends. Like that's how much it kind of like transcends. Like it's not. You don't have to be a little kid to enjoy it. That's why I like it so much. Like it's
everybody has a childhood.
Right. So it just kind of
murderers.
It's just yeah, I mean, I guess I'll see the 4th one eventually when it comes out. But I mean, and all the movies are great. I mean, Lion King, Aladdin. I watched Aladdin so much that I wore out the VHS. Had to get a new one.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
What's that?
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, look it up. Disney original.
Oh, yeah. I was never big.
Quick background on it. Kid is a stud at baseball, like top prospect, but he loves cooking. And he ends up choosing cooking over baseball. And his father is just like, cannot handle it. He's livid about it. But at the end of the movie, he's just like, he eats one of his cuisines at like one of the competitions of cooking. And he's just like, you know what, son, you be whatever you want to be.
I was never big on I like, as much as I like Disney movies, I never really watched the Disney Channel.
Okay.
Like occasionally, even Stevens.
Recess.
Yes, even Recess. Like I remember the characters vaguely, but I was more of a Nickelodeon Cartoon Network guy.
Okay, yeah. So was I. I would watch Recess, and that was about it. And Boy Meets World if it was on.
Boy Meets World, yeah.
But I mean, the original movies, like you just had to, they were always great.
Yeah. No, I'm sure.
Lucky the Irish, Brink.
I was busy watching like Jurassic Park and shit though.
Yeah. Well, I was watching Congo. I got Cool Runnings.
Ooh, I forgot about Cool Runnings.
You know what? Like John Candy is like one of the greatest actors of all time. That's it. He was so good. He was so good, man. He could do it all. He can make you laugh. He can make you cry. He just felt like I knew him. And every performance that he put on, he was just such a relatable, nice guy that I just wanted to hang out with. And his performance is just the fucking bobsled coach for the Jamaican bobsled team back in the 80s. And people were still really racist and just laughed him out of the building. Just I'm getting choked up just talking about it. Like, it's such a great movie.
It's a fantastic movie. I actually forgot that it was a Disney movie. What about Angels in the Outfield? You got to throw that into the mix.
Is that Disney?
I believe so.
It is. It is. That's a golden movie. Matthew McConaughey, shout out. People forget that he's in that.
Yeah, I was thinking Danny Glover when I think of that movie.
Danny Glover, Tony Danza.
Is Tony Danza in it?
Yeah, he's fucking the main pitcher is old.
God damn it! Doing the wave at the Yankee game. What is this Bush League bullshit? I hate when they do the wave.
But yeah, Tony Danza.
The fucking Mets? Are we the fucking Mets here? What are we doing?
Back to Angels Outfield before we move on. Tony Danza is the one. He's like the pitcher. He's the old guy, and he's like the last one to believe that the Angels are real. Finally believes in it. And then Al, the Angel, Doc from Back to the Future, is just like he's smoked for years. He's done. Every time I see that scene, I'm just like, oh boy, I'm Tony Danza. That's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna like be 40s, and the Bucks have Angels. And like you could see it, and I'm on board for it. But like the Angels are just like, nah, he's done. But anyway, okay, all right. I forgot about this. All right, so we're gonna get to our fifth thing here. It's not even a question. It's the movie game. Okay. So the way that we understand it, it's if you say Terminator 2 Judgment Day, I have to say a movie that starts with D. And then you have to say if it's only a one-word movie, then the letter stays the same. If it's 2 words, then it's the first letter of the second word.
Yeah, whatever the last word is, you got to go with the first letter of that, and then name a movie that starts. Yeah, starts with that letter.
Okay, and we'll do a 5-second timer for each. So you have to hold your hand up, and do a Mississippi count to yourself, internal clock. So we'll start the music now. I will go first. And I am going to start with Bad News Bears.
Battleship.
Braveheart.
I don't know.
Done.
We didn't get past the B's. Are you kidding me? That's bad.
A tough one.
I don't know why I couldn't think of it.
I still can't think of another B one. When you're against the clock, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. B's tough.
I can't even think of one now.
Yeah. Born Identity.
Born Identity. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into which I would have said Invincible with Mark Wahlberg. And then we would have gotten to the eyes. He still would have dead. I had you by the balls.
iRobot. Now, see, would that be R or would that be I?
R, because I think it's 2 words.
But I think it's 1 word. It's like I.
No, I think it's fucking 2. I'm the one who won, and I make these decisions. It's 2 words.
I'm the one who introduced the game.
I won.
I make the fuck.
I beat you. Suck it. Let's get to our last question. Let's get to this last question here. Quite simple. Do you think George R.R. Martin's going to finish these last 2 books before he fucking dies? Because I don't. I think this is so ridiculous how he didn't finish. I don't want to get too much into Thrones. It's just after we talked about it last episode with Paulie Sirloins. Shout out. Sorry, I gave you that nickname. It clicked at the time when I was wasted, and it's going to stick because it's perfect. I was making sirloin steaks that night, and I was just like, Paul, it's got to be, if you have your name Paul, it's got to be Paulie, something with 2 syllables. I want Paulie Sirloins. I couldn't help but really think negatively about the series right now. And I've lost a lot of confidence going forward. And I blame him. I blame him for not finishing these fucking books. I mean, how goddamn long has he had to fucking do this?
Well, from what Paulie Sirloins told me is that actually in 2015 he was almost done with the next book and he scrapped it and started over.
Oh my god, he was almost done.
Yeah, he was almost
How do
done.
you scrap it after you're almost done?
He's just like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like where this is going. I'm gonna restart.
Oh, jeez, that fat fuck. I mean, and how old is he? Like, just a guess.
He's got to be in the 60s.
That's it. But he's fat as shit.
Yeah,
so like, so he's probably got diabetes.
And also, you add into the fact that now they're going to be doing a prequel supposedly, and he's going to have to help.
I'm not interested in that at all.
See, if you want to know more about the Night King, that's where you're going to learn it.
Look, people like after Breaking Bad ended, Better Call Saul is a great show. Yeah. Okay. But like, I just never found it to be appointment television ever. And it was on a quality hour on TV where I was always available and I would forget that it was on. That just goes to show how not interested I was in the prequel to the second greatest show of all time.
No, I agree. Like I think I watched like 2 seasons of Better Call Saul and it was good. I just, for whatever reason, stopped watching.
Very good. But it was just not Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but I think
it will, no matter what, be disappointing.
I think it's gonna be different with Thrones, at least for me. I'm gonna watch. I mean, because I did the same thing with Walking Dead. I was obsessed with Walking Dead. They came out with the new one. I watched all that, and then it started to suck. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, because they're gonna be doing that now. I have a feeling that he's just gonna do both the books in one shot and release them, or at least have them like ready. Maybe not release both of them at once, but just finish off the story, however many thousands of pages it's gonna take. But I think that's what he's gonna do.
So you think he finishes them? I think he's sitting here waiting for the series to finish, seeing how people react, and then he will make his decision of how he wants it to go.
Yeah. That's maybe that. And I also think he's gonna like do something completely different from the show, just so like people have to buy his books and find out what happens.
Yeah.
You know, because like if he does the same exact thing that happens in the show, then it's like, why buy the book?
Also, he said that it will be similar but different. He's very cryptic.
Yeah.
But he said like it's gonna pretty much, the ending will pretty much be the same, but the path of getting there will be different. And I think Paul called that out nicely, where he pretty much told them that, and it's up to them to fucking figure out their own way of getting to that ending. And so far, they've really sucked at it. They've really, really sucked at it.
It just seems like typical TV show writing.
Yeah.
You know, not what we're accustomed to with Thrones.
I'm terrified of tomorrow's episode. I think it's going to be terrible because you got fucking Cersei tweeting out, not Cersei, but Khaleesi, the actress, saying, like, make sure you get a huge TV for episode 5. It's like, well, episode 4 isn't even here.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly, I don't even know what to expect. Like, I know usually.
That's the one thing that makes it good is that there's no idea. Like, it's still, even with the most obvious predictions, I have no idea how the throne is going to end up.
Well, but I mean, like, with like every episode season before this show, you can kind of see what direction this was headed in. Now I have no idea. Now that we wrapped up the whole Night King story, like I have no idea where it's going.
We've been doing this Night King thing for seasons.
Yeah. I mean, like you just watched it recently. Like, imagine this was like a part like in the back of your head for like 10 years almost.
I would be livid. I would be so mad if I were you guys.
Yeah, I mean, like for me personally, like that's not why I watched Game of Thrones. I wasn't like, oh, I need to see more of the Night King. Like, yeah, it was cool whenever he popped up for whatever he did, but like I was in it more for like the backstab and the political misdirections, like all that.
Which is what we're gonna get, I think.
Right. That's going to be, unless the theory that Paul has that the Night King's coming back somehow. I don't know how.
Not happening. I think I had that theory too, and then just quick theory too. I just want to get out of here before we wrap up. I think Tyrion's going to get poisoned. That's me, by Cersei. I think he drinks so much wine, so nonchalant, and he gets drunk. He doesn't care. I think Cersei knows that, obviously, and she doesn't give a shit about family anymore. She just cares about the throne. I think she's going to slip some poison into his wine and poison Tyrion. He's dead either this episode or the next.
Fair.
I just don't think we're going to be in King's Landing next episode, so I don't think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be heading towards King's Landing, and I think when this next battle is going on during the 5th episode or whenever it's supposed to be, I think Davos is going to sneak Arya into King's Landing because I mentioned to this.
Yes, you did. I love this theory, but he's going to sneak in Arya and all the fucking big guys.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean that was my original theory. Now I think it might just be Arya, maybe Jaime. I don't know like exactly who, but
and the Hound.
The Hound. Oh yeah, for the.
That's how you get Mountain versus Hound.
The Clegane Bowl. True. Yeah, so I think that because why else would there's no reason else for him to be alive. Like he's not a main character.
He's a smuggler. He smuggles.
Right, that's what he does. He snuggled Tyrion, and that's why he got the Onion Knight name. During the Siege of King's Landing, when the Mad King was there, they were smuggling onions.
Smuggling grapes.
Yeah, smuggling onions.
That's what you call it when you wear tight shorts.
Yeah. Smuggling coconuts.
Oh, good for you. I smuggle grapes.
Yeah.
But let's not get yeah. Davos is going to
details.
smuggle some people in. That's your
Yeah.
prediction. I like it. We're probably going to be completely wrong.
Yeah. Didn't we have another question? I think you might have skipped over it. Favorite kidnapping movie?
Oh shit! Sorry about that. Yes,
Yeah.
I did have that down. So Room for me.
Good.
Room because it's a top 5 movie of mine. Slowly getting bumped out. Like it's good. I haven't seen it again, but I just watched Call Me by Your Name for like the 12th time this morning, and it just gets better every time I see it. But Ransom with Mel Gibson as just another one that's screen. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh God, dude, Ransom with Mel Gibson is so good. It was good for its time.
Yeah.
It's just a classic line like, "Give me back my son." Get that fucking clip in there. I got to give you Ransom one day. It's just one of those goddamn 90s movies, man, that was so good. But like, if I give it to you now, it's just like going to be a fucking 6.3 tops. Like, it's just not that great. It doesn't hold up as well. Like, like The Patriot, if you rewatch, doesn't hold up as well. And back in the day when we were kids, it was like the greatest thing ever.
Really?
Braveheart holds up really well.
I haven't watched Patriot in a while. It doesn't hold up?
Yeah, it's just a lot of corniness, a lot of bad acting, a lot of mistakes, and it's just so 90s, but it's just not as good as it could have been if it was made today. Whereas Braveheart is in the same boat, but the music in Braveheart could not be duplicated in today's movie making world. So that's why Braveheart's my favorite movie of all time, is because that music is so fucking good and it goes perfectly well with the way that they shot the movie. It's my favorite movie ever. But the Patriot people they come up to me like, I think Patriot is better than Braveheart. I'll just be like, you're stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb. It's a good movie, but you're dumb. It's not even top 30 for me.
Okay. I got 2, like always. If we're going serious, I'm going Taken.
Okay. That's your serious one?
I mean, it's not, the other one's a comedy. So
let me guess it.
What?
Can you give me a hint? Who's the star?
Jack Black's in it.
Oh, Saving Silverman.
Yeah. Silver. I love that fucking
Gold.
Movie. Yeah. Those are mine too. Yeah. I mean, Taken is definitely more serious than fucking Saving Silverman.
Saving Silverman is one of the greatest movies of all time. And like nobody knows it's out there. Like, only like smart, funny people know like what that is.
You know what it was? It was back in the day, like every Saturday morning, it would be on Comedy Central.
I got it on. I was looking around Blockbuster, and I guess it had just came out to Blockbuster, like the main section where it was like 25 copies on their own wall.
Yeah.
And I looked around, like did my typical kid where I looked around every single aspect of the store, looked at every movie. And that was one of the only times that I took a leap of faith on a movie that I'd never seen.
Yeah.
I'd always get something that I've seen. Old Faithfuls, Congo, fucking Jaws 2, Jaws 3, Jaws 4: The Revenge. You always knew what you're getting with Jaws. I don't care what anybody says about the other Jaws outside of the first one. It's always good. It's just a shark and you don't know where it is and it's scary. It's good. But that movie I got and I brought it home and I'm pretty sure that was the day I think my brothers decided to respect me. That was when I kind of got like, because they'd never seen it and they're both 5 years older than me. So like back when you're a kid, that's like a big age gap, like they're in high school and you're still in elementary school. Right. So you really have to like earn their respect. And I brought that home and they laughed in tears and they were just like, did you pick this out? I was like, yeah. Jack Black, this fat guy in the fucking front cover looked funny to me. So I picked it out and it was like the most hilarious movie of all time. We shit in the yard now, because it's good for the environment. Smart thinking. You got any TP? No. That's all right. I'll find some.
Go through the mailbox.
Mail. All right. Anyway, that's the show. You got any post-show thoughts?
No, we'll be back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sometime to go over Thrones.
Yep.
We'll see. I I think it's going to be a setup episode. I think there's going to be a cliffhanger at the end that's going to get us.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. We'll be back.
We'll be back. All right. Thanks for listening to Bomb Squad. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one.